Time for race 2 with a reverse top 10 grid. Let's see who makes it out on top this time.
Reverse top 10 race, always very exciting. And on pole position, it's David Hay. Away we go, Phil Stratton-Lake alongside him. But a brilliant start from fourth from Steve Guglielmi in the white and blue machine. And it's Guglielmi who's going to box in Hay as they turn in towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. So David Hay slips to second. Guglielmi takes lead. Ken Savage has got away superbly as well. He's up into third position. Also looking to make ground, perhaps unsurprisingly, is Tom Roche in the bright green machine. And he is up into fourth position. Rob Boston climbs to fifth as well. Craig Demon also looking to gain ground as they go door handle to door handle through Graham Hill Bend. It's Boston who Ken Savage pushes towards the curbs. And this is feisty stuff from Ken Savage. There's a spin from Phil Stratton-Lake in the background. And that's a real shame. Phil's a quick driver. Now, can he find a gear there? The car seems a little bit recalcitrant at the moment in terms of regaining form of momentum. Well, he sits there. Hopefully he will get a rejoin, because otherwise we could see a safety car. In the meantime, through to complete the lap, it is Guglielmi who leads it, Roche in second, and then Hay in third, although he's about to lose that to Ken Savage, and also possibly Rob Boston, who swoops around from the outside. That's a brilliant move from Boston to climb into fourth place. He's going to do 2 in 2 corners, though. He's got the inside run on Ken Savage, up towards Druids, and through he goes. Clean driving from Ken as well. He gave racing room to Rob Boston, and needed no second invitation to jump up into the podium position. So the winner of race 1, will he be able to do the same in race 2? He gets a good run out of Graham Hill Bend, which has now been vacated by Phil Stratton-Lake, accelerating on towards Surtees. Here's a replay, and Stratton-Lake offline around. He went a slightly unusual spin. We didn't see the start of it. I just wonder if he was overtaken up the inside and just lost concentration momentarily. Slightly uncharacteristic to see Phil having a spin. Meanwhile, the leaders, all three of them all together, and it's a challenge for the lead from Tom Roche up the inside of Guglielmi. He goes, and Boston's going to try and follow him through as well. Rob Boston slightly rear of the car. He's got the inside line as they accelerate through Clark Curve and onto the Brabham Straight. This is really good driving from Roche and Boston, and they do manage to overhaul Steve Guglielmi, although Guglielmi wants to dispute that on the brakes into Paddock Hill Bend. And look at that from Ken Savage in fourth. So late on the brakes, he was deeper into corner than any of the 3 cars in front of him, so it's now fourth for the lead, climbing up the hill towards Druids. Still Roche to the inside, Boston to the outside. Then we have got Guglielmi and Savage, with David Hay still gamely staying in the mix in 5th position. Boston challenging up the inside into Graham Hill Bend, no way through there though. And the 2 leaders, though, just trying to put a little bit of daylight. They've got about 2 car lengths advantage over Guglielmi, who has got his mirrors absolutely full of the car of Ken Savage over the curbs through Surtees. And having to cover the inside line is Tom Roche, because Rob Boston is looking very anxious to get through here. Here's a replay of the move from Roche a lap ago on Guglielmi. Brilliantly judged manoeuvre. Guglielmi then slightly missed his braking point, and that was enough for Rob Boston to say, thank you very much, I'll come through and take second place if you don't mind, which is what he did as they accelerated on towards Paddock Hill Bend. Further back, what adventures do we have? And it is Jake Hodson running wide, and he absolutely clatters Seth Walpole. So Hodson, having collected the car, then takes home a souvenir of the DTM in the form of one of the sponsors' hoardings. And here is then the move for the lead, which we've missed, but it is Boston repeating that move out of clearways through Clark Curve, and he has taken the lead from Tom Roche. So now Boston leads it, Roche in second, Guglielmi third, Savage in fourth, and Craig Denman comes up into 5th position. It's been a really strong weekend's racing this from Craig as he moves ahead of David Hay, although David Hay, the form he's showing in this second race makes you wonder just how well it had gone had he not been tagged in that opening lap incident in race 1, which really wasn't his fault. So leading 6 cars, accelerating through. They've got Dave Carr then in 7th already. Boston now pulling away from Roche, and this is really where the battle is, as Savage makes a brilliant move on Steve Guglielmi up the inside into clearways. That was really bold driving from Ken Savage. There was a car's width and no more left to him by Steve Guglielmi, and he took it. No second invitation needed, so over the line they come. 7 laps complete, and it's Savage in 3rd place, Guglielmi 4th, Craig Denman 5th, and David Hay in 6th, with Dave Carr in 7th. Here's a replay of that move from Savage. You can see how little room he was left by Steve Guglielmi. It was fair driving by Guglielmi. He saw Savage was coming. He gave him a car's width, but absolutely no more than that. Savage leaps up into 3rd place. Leaping away at the head of the field now is Rob Boston, as his advantage 2.5 seconds now over Tom Roche. That's Seth Walpole, who is about to go a lap down following the incident we saw earlier on. Ken Savage maintaining that third position, although he is coming under concerted pressure now from Steve Guglielmi, with Craig Denman not too far adrift either, up the hill into the hairpin at Druids, and Savage just sliding in the rear of that car with Guglielmi and Denman. So David Hay still in the mix, so we now got 3-4 cars really fighting out for that final spot on the podium, because Boston and Roche have probably got too much of an advantage now to have that chased down in the remaining 5 minutes of this race, although it's not for want of trying from Ken Savage. He slides the rear of the car out of Surtees into clearways, and then needs to plant his right foot nice and early to carry the speed out of Clark Curve onto the Bramham Straight and through to complete another lap. He does just that, and he's got about 1.5 car lengths, a little bit more than that in fact, over Steve Guglielmi, which means Guglielmi's going to struggle to challenge into Paddock Hill Bend this time around, although Savage a little bit wide on the way in, but he's able to cover the apex nicely, so Guglielmi still not close enough to challenge as they climb the hill towards Druids. And all the while they'll be seeing that time counter that's available to the drivers as they come through to complete each lap ticking downwards. So Guglielmi knows he wants to get into third position. He's going to have to start thinking about doing that fairly quickly. At the same time, he's also got to be aware that if he pushes too hard, Craig Denman will be through past him like a shot to take his turn at challenging Ken Savage for that step on the rostrum. Here's Adam Busey a little bit further back down the order, and now Guglielmi though has had a good run through Surtees. He's much closer to Ken Savage this time round through clearways, and this could be Guglielmi's opportunity to challenge. He's got a good run along the Bramham Straight. Let's see if he can do it. The leading duo are through, and he's right up now behind Ken Savage. Is Steve Guglielmi going to be close enough to challenge this time? He's looking to the inside, and he's going to go for it. He's almost onto the grass. He squeezes through up the inside into Paddock Hill Bend. Audacious move, but it paid off, and Guglielmi reclaims third position. He judged that to perfection, and that was super driving. Steve Guglielmi is a vastly experienced racer, and he put all of those years of practice to the test there, but it was enough to gain the place. But now can Ken Savage fight back? Here we see it again. Guglielmi looking to the inside. Savage gave him racing room. Again, fair driving from Ken Savage. Guglielmi able to squeeze through, but where's Guglielmi gone now? It's Ken Savage who's going to come through in third position. There's Guglielmi at the back of the shot. He's just behind Dave Carr. So I wonder if we've had a moment for Steve Guglielmi, who we last saw in third. He's now down in 7th position, anxiously trying to climb up from there. So it's Savage in third, Denman 4th, David Hay in 5th. Here's a replay. This may give us some answers. Through Surtees, everything looks fine there. On the brakes into clearways, and the rear of the car snaps around. Quick 360, good avoiding action stuff there as well from Ken Savage, and Craig Denman very nearly poaching third position as we are very much into closing stage of the race. And Denman's still right onto the tail of Ken Savage. They turn through Paddock Hill Bend, but Denman's slowing, and Craig Denman's got a problem. Oh, that's such a shame. And Craig Denman is going to pull off on the way towards Druids. And Craig is such a quick driver, but he really sometimes fails to get the luck or the rub of the green, and that has been one of those occasions. So he's out of the race, as heading into clearways for the final time en route to the checkered flag is Rob Boston. It's been an emphatic performance here in front of the large crowd and the Formula One driver spectators here at the DTM, and Rob Boston has done just what he needed to do as he claims his double victory in the Lotus on Track Elise Trophy here at Brands Hatch in emphatic fashion from Tom Roche in second position, and Ken Savage it is who does hold on for third place. David Hay in fourth, not able to get quite close enough, and Steve Guglielmi rounding out the top five from Dave Carr in sixth position. Hand out the window, waving to the crowd, Rob Boston, as we take a check of the final results with the win for Boston. Tom Roche second, Savage third, David Hay fourth, Guglielmi fifth, Dave Carr next and sixth, Adam Knight in seventh, another Adam Busey this time in eighth, Neil Stoddart in ninth, and Mark Yates rounding out the top 10. Again, a good drive from Mark, and that was a good scrappy out with Neil Stoddart as well throughout much of the race. Nigel Hannum in 11th, Lee Hodson 12th, Taos Radstock in 13th, Paul Baker, solid run for him into 14th, Michael Duke 15th, Phil Stratton Lake after that spin earlier on could only recover up into 16th position. Well, the hard work of the weekend is done. It's time to uncork those magnums of champagne on the podium.
Hi Rob, congratulations, second win for you today.
Yeah, it was a really good win. I enjoyed the reverse grids. It's makes for good racing. So yeah, it was a busy race. Tom got out in the lead, sort of about a third halfway distance, and I sort of slowly reeled him in, and just made the move, and then sort of got my head down again.
That's it from Castle Combe. Join us next time at Spa.